ASMR with Mr. Seamus. How are you doing today? Yeah? Well, I'm doing okay. Gonna do a little video for you today. We're gonna be exploring my PS4 video game collection. But before we start that, let's take a moment to do some breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Alright, so I'm gonna zoom in a bit. Zoom in, get a bit better view. Okay. There we go. So, the first game we'll take a look at is there's no rhyme or reason to the way these games are ordered. I just kind of pulled the stack out, and whatever was there in that order. It may have something to do when the last time I played them is possible, but you know, these days downloading games is more available, so I probably do a little bit of that, but my gaming is much less than it used to be in general. But anyway, the first one we have is Doom Eternal. And we'll hand it to the artist here who did this design. It does give quite a bit of throwback to the original Doom cover art. It has a lot of similarities, and it's just kind of brought in up to date a little bit. And as far as my opinion of this game, it was good for what I played of it. I didn't finish it. I just was at a point where I couldn't focus on it, and it fell by the wayside. Sometimes that happens with gaming. And we got the back here. This gentleman here, but it does remind me a little bit of the new Dead Space that's coming out. I'm actually pretty excited about that because that original Dead Space was incredible, and I have fond memories playing it in the fall around Halloween. We got the inside here. Take a look at. It's got a advertisement there for Fallout 76. I did have some fun playing that, but it was very tedious after a while. The requirements for getting things and so forth, I remember. That's the way it was. They have a lot of trouble making these online RPGs to run as proficiently as they have sometimes in the past. But there are single-player RPGs. I'm talking specifically about Bethesda. Have been quite good. We'll say that in my experience in taking the time to play some of those games. The next one we have up here is Borderlands 3. You see here. Back here, make some mayhem. That's what we're being instructed to do. Gotta make the mayhem. And this game was fun to play, particularly if you have a little bit of a posse to join up with online and play a little bit of it with. It's fun. It's fun to level up, and it's a fun game to play out the storyline, and graphics were good. Fun leveling up some of those weapons that are on there. Also had quite a bit of fun playing Borderlands 2. That was quite fun. Some of the builds one could do with that was entertaining. And again, if you got the posse, it's a lot of fun to develop together and play through the storyline together. So that's important. Next game we have here is the Ghosts of Tsushima. Some nice cover art here as well. Kind of a ninja or samurai in the Shogun era in Japan. And it's an RPG that plays out in that time period. And you can kind of take different branches, how you want to develop and learn your skill. So it's a complex RPG. So when I learn a new move playing this, I really have to practice it to execute it. It's not just in a lot of RPGs, you level up something and then you immediately have the ability. But this, you level it up and then you have to learn how to do the move, how to execute the defense and the follow-up and the strike. And that makes it complex and adds an interesting challenge to your normal RPG element, with of course the incredible Shogun era Japan storyline, which makes for incredible visual in the game, and it's just fun theme to play through. Like I said, the beautiful visuals in this game. If that's an important detail for you as a video game player, you'll really enjoy the backgrounds and the visuals and the travel and locations. We got the Predator here. Advertisement for this game, which was good. It was fun. I didn't pick up, but it was fun. I played the Freddy one, and another Freddy one, the Jason one, and that one was a lot of fun. Me and some pals played that, and it's kind of like hide and go seek for adults. It was a lot of fun, and this one's similar, but didn't really pick up, unfortunately. Next one we have here is Resident Evil 3. And we got Jill and Carlos here, and Nemesis up here on the top. Now Resident Evil has definitely taken a step back from more artistic cover art options, like the original Resident Evil. Had interpretive artistic elements to it, which were fun. And this one, and since then, have gone just with kind of visuals from the game, and that's fine. But I mean, it lets me know what it is. It's just funner to have a beautiful artwork in a video game, and that might be because of promotion. You know, they don't need that kind of thing to promote the video game, so they don't invest in it or find artists or meet with artists to do the cover art. They just kind of pump out these digital things, and you know, they're not worried about selling the games apparently. Face your fears. This was a fun game. I played through it only once. I do owe it to play through it again. I just haven't had the time, and it was fun. You know, it's always great to be able to switch characters, which is something they added in the later one. So the time in the hospital playing with Carlos, wherever it was fun. Jill was fun, the weapons were fun, and it was an interesting connection between the original survival horror that you get with Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, and then the more action-based Resident Evils, 4 and after. Well, 4 and 5 and 6 primarily. I don't want to get too much into 7 and 8 because I have limited experience with those, but so it has a little bit of both, because it's the ammunition isn't really a problem. So you got a little bit more action, but it's not like Dead Bodies recover ammo or anything like that. But a fun game, definitely. Next game we have in the collection is the Sega Genesis Collection on here. Now, this would be really fun if it had some online capabilities for some of the games that are in here. But it would only be local. You know, if you wanted to play a 2-player game from here, and you'd have to be, you know, in your house or apartment or whatever with you. while that was going on. So the Sega Genesis was the console that I had growing up. And well, it has a lot of good sports games, but also Sonic was a lot of fun, and Streets of Rage was incredible. That was so much fun, and it was a fun system. Music was good on it too. A lot, but you have fond memories of the original platform. In the back, we showcase some of the games it has here. Like, Streets of Rage is a really fun game to play 2-player, and it's pretty simple. You don't need a lot of if you haven't had a lot of experience with video games, as some people don't, and you wouldn't really need much to pick up on this. And then we got the other classics that are in there. Some of those which it's fun to discover because you never had them, or occasionally you might swap video games with a pal or something and say, oh, you got Earthworm Jim. You want to swap it for, Sonic 1? He's like, no, I got Sonic 1. It came with the system. But I'll let you borrow it anyway, because I'm a pal. You have it for the weekend. Next one we have here is Resident Evil 2, which is the Resident Evil 2 remake is incredible, and I have played this a few rounds too, and I do look forward to playing it again. But as you can see, what Capcom does with these Resident Evil cover arts is just, let's pump some digital on there. I mean, I love the game. The game can sell itself. It's not about selling the game. It's just fun to have some good art on here. It adds to my replay experience, right? Because if we look at video games, right, there's an incredible market for nostalgia in video games. And if I got a nice piece of cover art on my video game, not something from the game I'm gonna forget, right, like this. I like the pose. I like both of them together. I like the balance there in the picture. But if an artist had done it, I would really remember. I can't really remember much of the cover art from any Resident Evil except for the original 1 and 2, because they had an artist do them. So when you just pump the digital on there, I can't decipher it from in the game. So on the long game marketing of video games, saying, look, in 25, 30 years, these kids who played this game, as, they should have been 17, but who is, right? And then they're going to be 25, and they'll be like, it would be fun to go back and play, what was that game again? Because the cover art really sticks out, and it did for me. Particularly when the itch to play nostalgia game happened. The artwork was a real connection to the game. So, looking at the elements that generate nostalgia in a video game, the cover art, because, this is what I had around, this is what was looking at me to play the game. You know, the music, the soundtrack. You know, you think about if you take John Williams out of Star Wars or Home Alone, how good are those movies? Would they be these explosive blockbusters? Soundtrack to a video game is very important for nostalgia games. In fact, I think I found myself replaying Skyrim because of the soundtrack. You know, like I could just put that on the background while I'm doing other things. So it's very important. And the playability, you know, a fun storyline, things that make me want to come back and play the game again. And this did a really good job because it added a lot of the original touches, you know, refurbished them and added new things. And the element of being stalked by the X-Man was a lot of fun. It was just a great game and a real solid tribute to its original. And the weapon systems, everything, spot on, remarkable. Um, all bells and whistles in that regard. Incredible game. Next one has air missions with the Hindy helicopter gunship. Hindy is a Russian gunship. I've never been on one or operated any of these kinds of things, but it's beautiful. Helicopter gunship. Came out in the Cold War 70s. Of course, has that very Soviet design aesthetic, but it's a beautiful gunship. It's ferocious. It has incredible armor capabilities on it, and it's just deadly. And the payload is deadly. It acts as it's a tank in the air, is what it really is. It can pick up. It's got enough room in there to pick up troops. Two separate piloting operative pods for weapon systems and general pilot, and it's amazing. Amazing vehicle, air vehicle. But so you know, you get out some fantasies to climb aboard this ship, as the U.S. military won't let you operate these things. You know, if they have these in stock, they might let, you know, some elite people play with them, but mostly for intelligence purposes. And back here. Kind of shows you some of the highlights of what you can do, some missions, some training. If you're, you know, interested in military aviation, it could be something that you'd enjoy. You have appreciation for the engineering of different military equipment, regardless of its origin. But either way, fun game to play and to appreciate a legend in the sky that I think for the most part really has retired. At least in Russia, they sell a lot of their old equipment. So the next game we have here is Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5. And this cover art, albeit digitally taken from the game, has a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun to this cover. And the fact of the matter is that when one plays a Far Cry game, or at least when I play one, there's this element in them that you're in this foreign, exotic place, and there are generally misguided religious radicals there who are controlling via political and military intimidation, and part of the storyline is to eliminate the key members and liberate the location. But this one brings it home and says, look, maybe if you're not American, maybe if you're from Thailand or something, or somewhere, Mongolia, maybe Montana is exotic to you, and all the wildlife that exists there, because wildlife's a big part of the game, and this would be the equivalent of the enemy in the other Far Cry games in the other exotic lands. So it's really kind of a mirror image of what the other ones portray, and to kind of see it from that view was a fun experience. So it was a fun game. The game was fun. I don't remember replaying it, but I appreciated this theme. Back here, showing some of the vehicles and some of the people you encounter in the game. I know there's a new Far Cry, I think it's 6, and I haven't had a chance to play it yet, although I certainly wouldn't rule that out. That's something that may happen. Next game we have here is Tekken 7. And Tekken is my favorite fighting game. Not that I don't like the other ones, Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, but had the most experience when it comes to train. Although I've had experience with the other ones, this one I have the most experience, most fondest experience, going back to Tekken 2 on the original PlayStation. This is my first experience, and I had gotten pretty good with that game. I think at the time I played a lot with King and Lei as the other ones came out. Tekken 5 was one of my most favorite versions of the game. Then you had Dragunov, which was fun to play with. It's a new character. Akuma is the bear. I like to play with him. And Nina, the ladies, are fun to play with, big time, and it's just a fun game. But Tekken 5 was great too because of the customization you could do. Was a lot of fun, and offered a lot of replay value for me as a video game consumer. Whereas the other ones, they weren't as detailed, and made the upgrade and customization process is fun. But great game. Otherwise, fun game. Always love to play, develop characters. And as with Tekken, I believe they're coming out with a new one, Tekken 8. which is should be fun. I'll have to take a look at it when that happens. And the last one I have in physical is Skyrim. This game really doesn't need any kind of cover. It could just be like, you know, it could be this. The game itself is so powerful. It does all the sale. All the sale. I spent too many hours on this game just getting lost times when I needed to. Get lost in a video game. But like I said, the game is very fun, and the storyline is a lot of fun. But moreover, it's the gameplay, the dialogue, and the music and the visuals are just so relaxing and stunning. Just a lot of fun to play. But anyway, that is the video game collection. We're gonna zoom back out here a little bit. Oh, train's really coming in here. So, just want to let you know that really appreciate you being here. Thanks for excusing the train that goes by. I hope you're doing well. You're doing excellent. Please like and subscribe. I'll do other video game collections in the future. I got the Sega Genesis and Nintendo 64. I could do some collection stuff with, and I really appreciate you joining me. And most importantly, be well. Be so well.